Yo, watch this, family.
I look good. I got a fat. You like that. I'm going to take your money. I'm still going to be beautiful and I'm going to go do it to somebody else until I find my Prince Charming. Somebody I actually care.
You hear that? She looks good. She got a fat butt. She's going to take your money. She's still going to be looking good. So she's going to move on to the next guy. Do that to him too until she meets her Prince Charming. You know, somebody she actually cares about. There are so many problems with this philosophy, family, and there's so much negative karma that comes from this philosophy. I'm going to break it down to you, but first, let me give it to you guys from a man's perspective. You ready? I look good. I got fat pockets. You ladies like that. So I'm going to smash y'all out. I'm still going to be looking good, so I'm going to move on to the next woman and do that to her too until I find Miss Right. You know, a lady I actually care about. How does it sound to you now? Can you see the problems with it now? Well, if you can't, let me offer some more clarity to it, okay? What you do consistently becomes your practice. And as we say, practice makes better. So if you've been practicing using people, how then would you be ready for Prince Charming or Mrs. Right? I would venture to say that you would not be at all. It's literally like saying, my current job, I'm not gonna show up on time. I'm gonna no call, no show half the time. And when I do show up, I'm never gonna work hard, ever. And when I quit, I ain't gonna give a notice at all because I don't care. And I'm gonna keep doing the next job like that and the next job like that and the next job like that until I find my fantasy job, my dream job. And that's when they'll get the best from me. Then why would your dream job hire you? Because by then your resume is literally gonna be shit. It's gonna show that you are not dependable, that you're not consistent, and that you're not a hard worker. Why would they give you an opportunity? Well, let's just say for your sake that they do give you an opportunity, okay? You haven't been accountable to being a good worker, being consistent, or a hard worker. So why do you think you're just going to be able to be all of that and you've never had to be that before? This is what I mean by being accountable to the person that you want to be. You got to practice being your best person. You can't just say, I'll be my best person one day whenever I meet the person that I like, okay? So here's one of the main problems with that philosophy, okay? Number one, it neglects accountability. You're mistreating people and you're using this idea that you don't like them as if it justifies your mistreatment of people. It actually shows that you have no self-respect because you're treating people badly and using this excuse that it's because you don't like them. Like it doesn't make you a bad person. It does because you're treating people badly. It's irrelevant whether you like them or not. Do you understand that? How you treat people speaks to your character, whether or not you like them. Is that understandable to y'all? We always say the way I know a woman's value is look at how she treats people in her life that she don't need. Well, ain't that the truth? Ain't that true for anybody? I like to think so. But I'll tell you this, family. As natural as being masculine or being feminine should be, it actually takes a lot of practice to truly be in your masculine state or your feminine state, okay? Being masculine for a woman means protecting, providing, having a listening ear, caring about her feelings and emotions, actually living your life with her best interests at heart, representing her even when she's not with you. That means being loyal and being faithful to your commitments and the promises that you made for her. That's what that looks like. And if you've just been knocking women down until you meet the woman that you like, why do you think you're going to be a good man for Mrs. Right when she comes along? You haven't taken the time to do those things. Likewise, ladies, if all you're doing is using up men, how are you going to truly be feminine to them? If you don't practice being feminine, do you know the word submission going to sound like a curse word to you? Submitting to a man looks like knowing his dreams, caring about his dreams and future goals, and actually becoming the partner to help that man hit those goals, helping keeping him motivated, cooking and cleaning for your future self, your future children, and your husband, knowing how to edify them. If you're not practicing doing those things, why do you think you'll be good for that man when he crosses your path? You know you got to practice to be a good cook. You know that, right? You got to practice to being attentive and being able to work with somebody on their purpose and actually caring about their needs. You know that, right? And so what will happen is if you don't actually create a life where you're practicing doing that for the people in your life, when you meet the person you really care about, you're not even going to be capable to fulfill the needs of your partners, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to have trauma, right? And you haven't been practicing to being this better person. So even though you know what they need, you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to be masculine, and you're not going to be able to be feminine, meaning submit to that lady, to that man, because you haven't even tried doing this with anybody. You're saving this for when you meet when you meet the man that you like. Other than that, you're treating them like crap. That is no way to be, family. Do you understand? Instead, why don't we say this? Any person that I date and have in my life, I'm going to be accountable to that by being the best person that I can be. I'm going to be loyal. I'm going to keep my commitments. I'm going to listen to their problems and care about their emotions because they're with me, okay? If I'm a man, I'm going to be masculine towards her. If I'm a woman, I'm going to be feminine towards him. I'm not going to hold all those things back out of fear until I meet somebody I really like. Because if I hold those things back, I'm not going to be good at contributing those things to a healthy, harmonic relationship, right? If I'm done wrong while I'm being a good person to people, I'll just chalk it up as practice. And I'll say them doing me wrong had nothing to do with how I was treating them. Because I know I was doing the right things. And therefore, I deserved a better person. And that's why that person did me wrong. It was time for them to move on anyway. And my next best person is coming to me because of the person that I have been. Why not live like that? And that way, when your favorite person comes along, or Mrs. Right or Prince Charming comes along, you will actually be a compatible person for them. You guys do know it takes two to tango, right? And so if you carry yourself in this way where you're not taking accountability for how you treat people, why do you think that you would vibrate a person to you who was accountable to how they treated people? I'm going to show you something, family. You likely, or you're going to vibrate to you who you are anyway. If you don't realize this, karma does exist. You understand? And so if you're treating people like crap, and here comes Prince Charming, guess what? You're likely only thinking they're Prince Charming because you really like them. You don't really know them any more than you knew the next Joes. You understand? Now he's Prince Charming because he checks off all your boxes. And guess what Prince Charming is? A user and an abuser just like you. And he's going to break your heart. And you're going to say to yourself, dang, I really liked him. And he just used me up. I tried. I gave him my all. And he just used me up. Well, he did exactly what you was doing to other people. And wouldn't you have to say you deserve it? I mean, think about the broken hearts that you left, the trail of broken hearts you left, right? Men, think about this. You played all these women. As soon as you met the woman you really, really liked, she didn't like you. She cheated on you. She lied to you. She wasn't the woman that she said she was to you, right? And here you are thinking, ah, man, she a whore. She this, she that, she this, she that. But think about the trail of broken hearts that you left to try to get to her. Did you care that those other women actually liked you? Or did you only care about how you didn't like them and use that as an excuse to mistreat them? Just like what this lady is saying. Ladies, did you actually care about the women? Did you actually care about how the guys felt when you was taking their money and using them up? Because you fine, you got a fat butt and you gonna move on to the next guy. Did you care about how they would feel after you used them up? Or did you only care about how you felt and that's why you used them up? You see what I'm saying? And if you've lived a life by only seeking out what you can get from a person, why do you think you're going to be a contributor in a relationship? Like actually care about their needs and working hard to make sure you cater to their needs, that their needs are met. Why would you do that? You probably wouldn't. You'd probably have a whole lot of ego and pride as to why you shouldn't do that for anybody, because that's who you've been practicing being. The biggest kick is you guys got to understand this. The person that you practice being is going to be your biggest enemy whenever you try to be your new person, because it's all the habits and things of the old person that contends with the new person that you want to be. So while you are habitually being this one person saying, I'm going to change when I meet another person, please understand it don't work like that. You got to practice being a better person in order to be a better person. If you don't do that, you're only practicing being a worse person, making it easier to be a bad person. I promise you it's true. So for future references, get rid of that type of philosophy. And actually, don't even hang around people with that philosophy, because karma, it don't just come on to people who doing the negative acts. It falls on people who's around the people who do negative acts. You ever heard birds of a feather flock together? If you hang around people who use people, people gonna think you a user. You ever heard of people getting attacked because they hang with somebody who deserved being attacked or who had it coming to them? Yeah, karma works like that. So be sure that you get away from that. Understand, karma family, it's not some agency outside of it that's thinking, that's going around attacking you. But karma simply means it's you. This is you. The way you treat people is you. It's not just something you doing. It is you. It's you. You understand? So karma is, please understand it. The way you treat a person, that is going to be your character. That is going to be your karma. And the way people treat you based on how you treat other people, the things that come to you based on the way you treat other people, this is what we're calling karma. Do you understand? So I don't want you guys to hear this video and think that Kevin thinks that some magical entity is coming for you. I don't. But what I'm trying to tell you is this thing we call karma, when it comes to collect, it's often with interest. And it's going to break your heart when it comes to collect. It's not going to feel good at all. So if you want to keep from getting negative karma, practice being good to people all the time. Don't use you not liking somebody as some weird excuse to mistreat them. That is crazy, family. Please be better, okay? Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, believe me, it's in that chaos that you find yourself. Peace.